What is going on, everyone? And we welcome you to another edition here of Sports Bets, but mostly Chaos presents to you, Can Cooney. Guess the spread, week number 9. Week number 9. All right. Before we jump into the week 9 games, let's do like we always do. Let's look back to the previous week and just kind of recap exactly how John did. And John, it was a week to forget for you. Only 4 points on the board. You only had one game, if you guessed right on the money. Had quite a few misses on there. But on the good news is you did have the Tennessee Titans as your lock of the week. As we know, they beat the Colts and after that, you are now 4-4 with your lock of the week. And just out of curiosity, there's 18 weeks of this total. 4-4, you're right in the middle, which we'll just go ahead and go. What's your projection? What are you going to finish with your record with your lock of the week when this thing's all said and done?
12-6.
He's going 12. So you're saying you're only going to miss 2 more locks the rest of the way.
I mean, it's supposed to be the easiest lock of the week. I should be hitting those.
Okay. All right.
It's just been a bad season.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, we've recapped last week. I guess there's only one thing left to ask you.
Are you ready?
So the question is, are you ready? All right. Well, here we go. Jumping right into week number 9. And it starts off with Thursday night football, an exciting one. It's the New York Jets coming off their big victory off the Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts.
This is the funny part with all the NFL news that dropped within the last 2 days. I totally forgot that this game was happening on Thursday. So it's Miami at Indy, right?
No, it's the Jets at the
Colts. Jets at Colts. Okay, there we go. That's right. Give me the Colts minus 8.5.
All right. He's going to kick things off with Indy minus 8.5. That answer locked in. Survey, what do you have? Incorrect. The Indianapolis Colts are favored by 10.5 in this game. 10.5. So only 2 off. So therefore, no points awarded, but also no points taken away. So you'll still be at 0 after game number 1. All right, we'll keep things going along. We now jump to the Sunday morning games, and it starts off with the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Kind of crazy how both these teams are a huge roller coaster this year. Give me Bengals minus 5.5.
All right. He's going to take the Bengals minus 5.5. It is locked in. Survey, what do you say?
Oh, hell no!
Bengals favored by 2.5. 2.5. So again, just off by 3. You missed the cut of losing any points, but no points given, no points taken.
So Vegas thinks that the Browns are on neutral field the better team. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how it lays out. All right. Here's a game that I know you'll be watching, even though probably not the most exciting game. It's the Denver Broncos at your Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Getting a win with Cooper Rush.
We're going to talk about that.
And I don't think Rush is playing this week. I think Dak is going to be playing. Cowboys minus 10.5.
All right. He says it's the Cowboys minus 10.5. Survey, what do you say?
So close.
Dallas is favored by 9.5 in this game. 9.5, which is a point to your total there. So
Vegas hasn't gotten the Cowboys right once yet so far. So
yeah.
see if they finally do.
Yeah. So it is 1 point towards your way. So you have 1 point through 3 games, and we'll keep going. And here's a game that you probably want nothing to do with. It is the Houston Texans at the Miami Dolphins.
Tua is still alive.
I want winners.
Miami minus 9.5.
All right. He is going to take the Dolphins. You said 5.5?
9.5.
Oh, he said 9.5. 9.5 for the Dolphins. All right. It is locked in. Survey. What do you say?
Wrong.
Incorrect. The Dolphins are a 6.5 point favorite. 6.5. So once again, just 3 off there. So nothing taken away from you there. So
I'm doing bad.
well, I mean, you haven't lost anything yet. It's not like, through the first 4 games last week, you had 2 that you missed off by enough to cost you
Don't
points.
remind me.
Okay, well, we'll keep things going. All right, it is the Atlanta Falcons traveling to New Orleans to take on Trevor Siemian and the Saints, unless it's Taysom Hill. I don't know.
Sorry, who are the Saints playing?
Falcons.
Give me the Saints minus 3.5. I don't know where Vegas is doing this one.
You said the Saints minus 3.5, you said?
Yes.
All right. Saints minus 3.5. Locked in. Survey. What do you got?
No.
Incorrect. The Saints are 5.5 point favorites. 5.5. No points. Nothing taken. Nothing given. All right. Keep it going. Up next, it is the Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Giants.
Raiders minus 2.5.
He is going to take the Raiders minus 2.5. Survey. What do you say?
So close.
It is so close indeed. The Las Vegas Raiders are favored by 3.5. 3.5. But it is a point to your total. That puts you now up to 2. All right, next up on the docket, it is Mac Jones and the Patriots headed to Carolina to take on the Panthers.
New England minus 4.5.
He takes New England minus 4.5. That answer is locked in. Survey. What do you say to that one?
So close.
So close again. New England is 3.5 point favorites. 3.5. But remember, it is another point to your total to give you up to 3 now as we keep it going now. It is the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't know if you should be using that for how bad they played.
I'm just gonna go ahead and write Buffalo down right now, in case I didn't think you want to take Jacksonville a favorite. It's close, but
Buffalo minus 10.5.
All right. He's going to take the Bills minus 10.5. Locked in. Survey, what do you say?
I'll say he's an idiot.
Yeah, the Bills are 14.5 point favorites. 14.5. That's 4 off, which means you unfortunately lose a point. So that now brings you back down to 2.
Wow.
little dramatic, right? All right, we'll keep things going. It's the last of these Sunday morning games. It's the Battle of Purples. It is the Minnesota Vikings at the Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens minus 6.5.
All right, he has the Ravens favored in this game. 6.5 is the number. Survey, what do you say?
So close.
Is close again. It's the Ravens 5.5. 5.5, but it is another point to your total. Get that one right back that you just lost, which now has you at 3 again. Whew, all right, another tough week for you.
Yeah, right. Wow.
All right, we go now to the Sunday afternoon slot, and it starts off with the LA Chargers now visiting the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is gross. Chargers minus 2.5.
Sometimes this doesn't work. All right, he
Sometimes I
says
don't just know about you.
he's locking in his answer, and it is
Go Chargers, go!
minus 2.5. Survey, what do
What do you
you
got?
say? It's correct. On the money. He finally gets one. It is, in fact, the LA Chargers favored by 2.5 points.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
The man finally pulls it off with a 3-pointer right there, which doubles your total from 3 up to 6. Now, up to 6. I hate to say that was an air ball on that one, but all right. The next game on the docket. Let's see if he can keep things up. And something I also just realized, there's only 3 games in the afternoon. So there's only 2 more games left here before we get to the Sunday night and then eventually the Monday night game. So, all right, this will be an interesting one just because of all the news with Aaron Rodgers that has broken out late with him testing positive for COVID. He's not going to be playing, but we all know the spreads for the ESPN come out at a certain time, but we'll see how this goes. So, John, it's the Packers at the Chiefs.
Chiefs are minus 1.5.
All right.
Because they came out before the Rodgers.
I was going to say the same thing. All right. So pre-Aaron Rodgers, he said that the Chiefs would be 1.5 point favorites. Locked in. Survey, what do you say?
So close.
Very close. The Chiefs were 2.5 point favorites. 2.5.
It's kind of crazy.
I wanted
that. Kind of crazy to think that on a neutral field, the Packers are just 0.5 favorite.
I was saying this morning before something I wanted to say this morning before I found out was that the Packers would probably be my favorite money line pick, just to sprinkle a little bit on them, being that just a couple point underdog. But obviously now that's throw that all out the window.
I don't know, man. Jordan Love, maybe he's the real thing.
Gotta say, Jordan Love, I'm not sure if I quite love it. So, yep, you're welcome. All right, we'll keep things going. All right, the last of the Sunday afternoon, if you could even gather yourself, the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers.
This is a very interesting game because Kyler Murray's not practicing right now. I think Vegas assumed Kyler would play, so I'm going to go with Arizona minus 2.5.
He says he thinks Calamari is playing in Vegas's eyes. So Arizona would be a 2.5-point favorite. Survey. What do you say? He's on the money again. He hit it on the dot. Arizona, in fact, 2.5-point favorites. It's 3 more points to ya bank. Cash it in, which now puts you at, let's see, 9, 1, 2, 3, 6. You're up to 10 now, as you have pulled away. At least the last 4 games alone, you've pulled away with 8 points. So you're soaring back up as you're up to 10 double digits. So let's see to make sure at least you don't drop below that. So we'll keep things going now. It's to Sunday night football, and that will feature the Tennessee Titans, no Derrick Henry, at the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams minus 9.5.
All right, he says the Los Angeles Rams are 9.5-point favorites. Survey, what do you say? Incorrect. The Rams are 7.5-point favorites. 7.5. So nothing, no harm, no foul on that one. No points taken away. So you will be sitting at 10 points going into the last game of the week, which means you could finish with anywhere from 9 to just 10, possibly 11, or as high as up to 13, depending on just exactly how this one plays out. And without further ado, it's the Monday night game. It's the Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Bears.
Yes, in fact, it quite is
The Bears.
at the Steelers.
Steelers minus 6.5.
He says it is Pittsburgh minus 6.5. Survey for the last time tonight.
What do you got?
What do you got? On the money. What a way to close it out. When he hits it, it is, in fact, the Steelers favored by 6.5 points in this game, which you should be at 13 points. I'm going to double check just to confirm. You got 11, 10, 11, 12. Yep, you're at 13 points this week. So not a bad week for you. And also just a good finish. You kind of shut out the gate early, but you hit some picks down the line. So you had three games you guessed on the money. That would be the LA Chargers, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. For your misses, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. You had 5. You had 5 misses, which ironically, like I said, how you finished strong. 4 of those 5 came in the first 5 games. You only had 1 the rest of the way. As for big misses, another good week for you there. You only had 1 big miss. And that was that Buffalo Bills pick. Only thing else left to do, John, is what is your lock of the week? It's suspense for this one a little bit, possibly.
Yeah, this is difficult. There's a couple enticing games. It's just which one do I go with? These two always play each other close. My lock of the week: Niners.
So just to be clear, you're saying the lock of the week is the Niners will cover?
We'll cover the 2.5.
All right. It is for sure. John has
Locked in.
the Niners at plus
I
two.
don't think Murray or Hopkins play this week.
All right. So he is leaning on the fact that there will be no calamari and no D-Hop for that game. So he says the Niners will cover the 2.5, I guess, with the points. Taking the Niners with the points. So, all right. Good to go. Week 9 in the books. We're done with. We'll be back next week for week number 10. Holy mackerel.
What am I going to do with my hands after next week?
Unfortunately, you might have to start bringing your feet.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Good point. All right. That does it for us here. Once again, it is Sports Bets, but Mostly Chaos presents to you. Can Cohoon guess the spread? That is week number 9 in the books. Remember, we're back every single week with every single game to see just how Cohoon does guessing all these spreads. So that does it for us. Thank y'all. That does it for us. Thank you all again for tuning in as always, whether it's on one of these shows or the big show, anything we got going. We really appreciate it. And we'll see y'all again very soon.